but then they've got to get all numbers back. Gettings is very athletic and can run the court, finished on that follow.
Almost 2.5 minutes in. Delaware yet to get a bucket. Allen trying to change it from three. Cannot. Off the rim, left side into the hands of Joel Davis.
Cornell likes to hard hedge and high hedge those ball screens. Delaware's got to do a good job of reading in and attacking off of that.
Delaware 0 of 3 from the field. 1 of 4 is Cornell. The one shot that has gone through off the hands of Gettings. He passes to Davis. Davis, hesitation, drives in. Allen takes it away from him.
Well, it looked like a travel to me, but a good play by Ryan Allen, sinking underneath the screen as they're going to play, except when Morgan's involved. So far, Anthony Mosley doing a great job of denying Morgan.
Mosley to Daly. Guarded by Gordon, 16 to shoot. Hands down 2-0. Walker, pull-up jumper, off. And another miss for Delaware. They're 0 of 4. Morgan across half court quickly. Champ picks him up, gets it to Gettings. Gettings, one dribble, two, and a handoff to Julian. Julian on the baseline left, back to Gettings, wing left side. Puts it on the floor, backing down Carter again. Loses grip of it, gets it back. It's Davis, 14 to shoot. He drives, baseline right, cut off by Allen again. Kick out Gettings. Three-pointer, catch, release, and in. He's got all 5 of today's points.
Clearly early on, Princeton wants to attack through Gettings to try to get Eric Carter involved more in the defensive effort and also maybe pick up some fouls. The long-range three is not something Gettings shoots particularly, only 25% on the season.
It's Allen to Carter, turns, good position, and gets the roll. Delaware on the board almost 4 minutes in.
On that high hedge, if Delaware has an opportunity, they will get the ball to Carter on the slip.
Quickly down the floor goes Julian. He was fouled by Morgan. He was fouled at the rim, and now we'll take a timeout. 15:59 remaining in the first half of basketball. The Hens down 5-2 to start.
International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 313, and its signatory contractors provide the best trained, most competitive, and safest licensed electricians in the state of Delaware. With the ever-changing complexity of the electrical industry, Local 313 electricians go through a rigorous 5-year training apprenticeship as well as journey-based certification classes. This is done to ensure that the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers provide the most qualified electricians possible. Being that our highly skilled electricians are partnered with our signatory contractors, Local 313 electricians will safely get your job done right, on time, and within budget.
Saving money on Shell gasoline just got a lot simpler. Log on to ValueDaysFuel.com to find a participating Shell Value Days gas station near you and save 20 cents off every gallon of Shell Premium gasoline every Tuesday and 5 cents off all Shell gas all day on Thursdays. Value Days Fuel savings are just a click away. ValueDaysFuel.com. That's ValueDaysFuel.com.
This is Blue Hens Country, 94.7 WDSD.
Welcome back into the Bob Carpenter Center. It's Future Hens Club Day at the Bob. We're now joined by Tyler Bolden by our side listening in, so thanks a lot for joining us. I'm Scott Claxton next to Bill Harmon and Bill. Delaware got to get back in transition right now. They just found Steve Julian, who will head the line for 2.
It's a huge part of Cornell's game. They will leak players out. They'll high hand contest and then slip down the court. Delaware's got to have at least 2 back, and when you shoot the ball from the corner, everybody else on the perimeter needs to be rotating back. You've got to let Eric Carter and possibly Ryan Daly work the boards. Now we do have a couple substitutions. Darian Bryan in, I believe, and Sky Johnson giving Eric Carter a little bit of a relief here. But that is so important that Delaware gets back quickly and gets at least 4, if not 5 players back to contest. We already saw Stone Gettings hustle down and get a layup off a miss.
Kyrie Walker also getting a blow as Steve Julian misses both free throws. Ball tipped out, last touch by Cornell. Chevrolet of Dover is now offering a free lifetime powertrain warranty on all vehicle purchased 6 years and newer with up to 84,000 miles. Find new roads. Visit ChevroletofDover.com. 15:53 first half. Delaware down 5-2. Hens 1 of 5 from the field. Cornell 2 of 5 and 2 missed free throws for the Big Red. Mosley bringing it to the right side. Picks up his dribble, looking for help with Daly straight away. Whips a pass to Ryan Allen, enters into Sky Johnson, left block. Loses grip of the basketball, gets it back, and passes to Daly, who penetrates inside. Some contact, flips up a shot, misses. Offensive board, Johnson good. +1 on the putback.
Sky Johnson starting to do the things that we've been talking about throughout this season and what he did in the past. He's getting much more physical inside, more aggressive. Finds a way to get to the offensive glass there, plays through contact. A really nice play by Sky. I like Ryan Daly's attack. He's trying to go in and draw some at least contact in there and create a foul situation. I think he took a chance there to throw that one up. Cornell in their man, they can be exposed off the drive.
Johnson had 2 offensive boards last game, gets one there. Free throw good. He's now 7 of 12 for the free throw line on the season, and he ties it up 5-all. Morgan with the basketball. Gettings has all the points for Cornell. He'll try to add 3 more to that total and does so. 2 triples on the year. He had 11 in 10 games coming in, and now multiple threes today.
Not a high percentage shooter, but he looks like he's confident in rhythm, so Delaware may have to change that strategy and either rotate up to Gettings or defend that ball screen when Morgan's involved in a different fashion, which right now is double teaming Morgan when he comes off of it.
And it's down 8-5. Bryant with a touch in the corner to Allen on the wing. 10 seconds, he gets past his man to the rim. Shot blocked by Julian, coming over with some help. 20th block of the season, leads the team for Julian, the junior out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Julian, not known as a scorer, but he's very active defensively, a good rebounder, and moves his feet particularly well, and one of the more athletic players on Cornell's team.
Daly off the inbound, missing on a 3. He's 0-4 to start today's game. Morgan on the run out. There's that transition defense that Delaware is lacking, and again, Julian gets a layup. This time it falls, +1.
Well, Julian can really run the court. He's involved in the defensive end and sprints the floor. He knows that's how he has to get some offense out of his game. He's not known as a scorer in their half-court sets, but boy, Delaware's got to do a much better job. That's the 4th time they've been beaten down the court. Shooters need to sprint back, and other players need to rotate back.
Julian, a 70% free throw shooter, missed his first 2, but makes that one. And an 11-5 lead for Cornell right now. 14:43 first half of basketball.
Cornell showing a little bit of 2-2-1 3/4 court. It's really more of just a light harassment, trying to slow Delaware up to not have them have as much time in the half-court set.
Johnson has 3 points, a pass to Bryant in the paint. He can't handle it. He gets it back to Johnson, puts it on the floor, and the ball ends up on the floor, stripped away, and into the hands of Davis. They have numbers. Morgan to the right side, lobs it, leaves it for Davis behind him. They're going for the alley-oop. I think Morgan might have had a chance at a layup instead of going for the extraordinary play.
You're absolutely right. I don't think Coach Earl and his staff liked that particular play. Delaware again beaten because of the loose ball on the floor. Sky Johnson might have been better possessing it and letting the player come to him. They get the run out. Delaware gets back and fortunate to defend that. For the 5th time they've had numbers on the transition game.
Ball ended up out of bounds, last touch by Delaware. 24 to shoot on the inbound. Gettings will try again from 3. Strong back iron that time, but an offensive rebound by Jack Gordon.
Delaware's got to be more engaged defensively here, know their assignments, but also track down those in-between long rebounds.
Inside, Gettings knocked away. Last touch by Gettings. It was Johnson with a great defensive effort, and the officials might get together and overturn that call. I think Johnson may have touched it, but it'll stay Delaware basketball.
Sky doing a great job of working over the top to try to front Gettings. As he did, he had the correct arm, his inside arm extended. That created the touch, and then Gettings tipped it as it went out of bounds. A good job there by the officials.
Solid minutes by Sky Johnson as he heads back to the bench. Eric Carter back in the ball game. They work the ball around the 3-point arc into the corner to Mosley. Driving baseline to the rim, reverse high arcing miss into the hands of Julian, their leading rebounder. In transition, the pass was knocked away by Ryan Daly, who leads the team with 18 steals. He gets another there. Ryan Allen pass to Carter. Carter one dribble back to the freshman from DeMatha Catholic. Ryan Daly enters in to Eric Carter. His pass, cross court to Allen. A 3-point shot is up and in. Ryan Allen leads the team, shooting 38% from distance, and gets one to go.
Eric Carter made the play by dribbling into the middle of that matchup zone and then kicking it out to the weak side where there was only one Cornell player available to contest Ryan Allen's shot.
Hands down by 3. Corner, Davis spinning, baseline, loses grip. Allen takes it away. His 2nd steal of the afternoon across half court to Mosley. Back to Allen, feeling good, releasing on a 3 and hitting back-to-back triples.
Compress the ball on the spot break, kick it back to the trailer. Ryan Allen did a great job of spotting up in one of his favorite places. Right elbow extended out at the 3. Great rhythm on that last shot.
A 6-0 Ryan Allen run makes it 11-all with 12:44 remaining in the first half, and a foul called against Delaware on the reach. That's Anthony Mosley's first.
Well, Mosley did a good job there because Morgan had beaten him with a little change of pace on his back door. A very clever player is Morgan. We talked about it in the pregame about how he could score at every level, but he does a lot of good off-the-ball movement as well to set himself up for good baskets.
Inbound to Gettings, feeling good from three, why not? Tries again and lands his third three-pointer of the game. He was 11 of 43 coming into this game. That's 25%, but he is 3 of 4 today. He's got 11.
Well, Eric Carter needs to do some action on him, maybe to get Gettings in foul trouble.
Carter loses the basketball on the offensive end, gets it to Walker, who just checked back in. A whistle as Allen traveled and turns it over for Delaware. That's Delaware's 4th turnover. Cornell with 5.
Just playing a little too quickly there was Ryan Allen. If he uses that shot fake, which I really like him to do because he's just hit 2 threes, let the defender come. Don't worry about your quickness. Just make sure you execute your footwork properly and you'll get to the basket no matter what.
3-point lead for Cornell. Cornell, the Big Red, with Matt Morgan, who has the basketball, leading, 3rd leading scorer in the nation. Foul line jumper is good, but it's been Stone Gettings leading the way, at least thus far. First points for Morgan makes it 16-11.
Morgan can really rise up on that jump shot, which allows him to score over taller players. That time Mosley was just blocked off as he came off the screen. Eric Carter's got to step up and be a little bit higher on that to contest Morgan's shot until Mosley recovers.
11:46, first half. Delaware down 5, 16-11. It was tied 11. A 5-0 run by Cornell extends their lead. Now it's Bryant dribbling into the paint. The runner off the mark. Wild shot by Bryant. Tries to get it back, and it ends up going out of bounds baseline off of the Big Red. It'll be Delaware basketball. 3 seconds to shoot when we come back. 11:32 remaining in the first half. For the Big Red, up by 5. It's 16-11 from the bomb.
The holidays are here and Acme is ready. With Lancaster brand meats, delicious desserts, custom party trays.
Rush hour or relax hour. It's your choice. Ride more, save more, do more. Dart, moving forward.
The official bird of Delaware isn't red. It's not green or purple. It's blue. Coincidence? We think not. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Delaware. This blue hen does not need to see a podiatrist. But if he did, waiting for a referral might get his feathers in a bunch. And he wouldn't like that one bit. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Delaware.
Bob Carpenter Center. Delaware down 16-11. They'll have 3 seconds to get a shot off offensively, but quickly, Bill, before the inbound. Defensively, what do they have to do to stop Stone Gettings, who has 11?
Eric Carter's got to be more closely connected to him. He's got to press up on the ball screen or the handoff when Gettings is operating. Now, he's out right now. They've replaced him with Josh Warren from Downingtown West High School in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. But Eric's got to be more aggressive closing out the 3 and also hard hedge Morgan when he comes off the ball screen.
Ryan Allen off the inbound, missing a 3 with the shot clock winding down. Long rebound into the hands of Cornell.
Right now Cornell's winning those 50-50s and actually out hustling Delaware on their defensive glass.
Into the game, Brian Knapp, the freshman from DC. Couple dribbles as he gets the basketball to Jack Gordon, one of the starters, flips it to Morgan, who has 2 points. A screen set by the substitution, Josh Ward, who just got into the game. 10 to shoot, 9 minutes in. Inside, Warren, right-handed float shot off the mark, rebounded by Kyrie Walker. He'll push it ahead to Mosley. Left sideline to Walker in the center of the floor, to Daly on the wing. Looking for a passing partner, it's Carter. Mid-right block. Allen's had the hot hand. He has the basketball now. Drive it. Step back. Long 2 off the mark to the right. And a rebound by Julian, who leads the team in that category.
Well, Eric Carter really worked hard for position there. I think the ball's got to go back into him again and allow him a deeper post up.
Morgan fouled while shooting a 3. He'll get 3 from the free throw line. And it's Mosley who picks up his second.
And Anthony Mosley's been doing a great job coming back off of that eye injury, playing extremely well against Morgan, who is a terrific and electric scorer. That time, instead of coming up with his hands, he came down, caught him on the wrist.
Morgan, an 83% free throw shooter. He's made 32 three-pointers on the season, shoots 41% from downtown, and his 24.4 points per game ranks 3rd in the country behind a player of the year, certainly a freshman of the year candidate in Trae Young from Oklahoma, kind of taking the college basketball world by storm this season. A lot of comparisons to Steph Curry Trae Young is getting. Then Jordan Howard at Central Arkansas, just a little bit above Matt Morgan, so one of the top scorers in the nation.
Well, yeah, one of your favorite players, Jimmy Boeheim, has checked in the game. He doesn't play a lot of minutes, can score a little bit, not a bad shooter from the mid-range, not known as a three-point shooter, but it's clear that they want to attack Eric Carter when he's in the post defense.
Morgan makes all 3. Daly on the drive. He finally gets that foul. He's been wanting 0-4 from the field, but determined to get to the free throw line. He does so. His first trip today as that foul goes against Steve Julian, his first. And Jimmy Boeheim, the son of head coach of Syracuse, Jim Boeheim, a Hall of Fame coach, inducted to the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006, national champion head coach in 2003, and 4 times he's taken Syracuse, 5 times, excuse me, to the Final Four.
Well, his son is rangy at 6'8", 215. Will probably put some weight on in the weight room in the offseason, a lefty.
And he's
Ryan
in the
misses
game now.
that second one. Ryan needs to really work hard on that fouling, as we need to get him to the foul line more often.
Daly shooting just 63% from the free throw line, splits the pairs, 19-12. Morgan, long range 3 after making 3 from the free throw line, gets all in one shot from downtown.
Well, Kyrie Walker got switched off on him. I thought that Darian Bryant might be playing him, but they just gave him too much space. He has great range, but he's very selective, waits for his opportunity, and a rhythm shooter.
Daly, backdoor to Bryant, misses on the reverse, gets it back and gets fouled. Missed opportunity by Darian Bryant, but he can get those 2 points from the free throw line where he has struggled. Delaware as a team not shooting well this season from the stripe, 66% as a whole, but Bryant 5 of 13 and almost an assist there for Daly.
Well, a great backdoor by Darian Bryant on the right baseline. Delaware runs that play quite often. It's been very successful. Bryant going right to left, got the ball on the weak side, perfectly delivered pass by Ryan Daly, who is very unselfish and has great timing on his passes. Just missed the little Mikan-esque shot, but followed it up very quickly because there was no Cornell block out.
And still got a field goal over 3 minutes, but the free throw goes through for Darian Bryant. Second one off the mark. So Delaware back-to-back trips to the foul line to end 1 of 2, and then an over-the-back call on Kyrie Walker. He's got to be careful. He's got himself into some foul trouble over the past couple of games, and Walker going over the back gives it to Cornell.
And those are the fouls that he can be coached out of. When you don't have good position on any type of offensive rebound, give it up, get back down on defense, and we've got Darian Bryant back on Morgan here.
22-13 the Cornell lead. They've made 7 of their last 9 from the field. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Big Red. 9:38 first half. 15 to shoot off the inbound right side.
One of the reasons I like Darian Bryant along with Mosley on Morgan is that Darian Bryant's additional length can bother him, especially when Morgan wants to enter the ball into the post.
Davis into Warren. Warren a couple dribbles. Tries to go backdoor, nothing there. Morgan can hit from that range. It's deep, it's off the mark. It was halfway down, but a rebound by Carter. Here's Daly across half court, picked up by Davis. Lobs it inside to Carter, miscommunication, a rare turnover from Ryan Daly. Here's Morgan again. His pass deflected into the stands. It'll stay with the Big Red.
And there's that length of Darian Bryant. Got that left arm out into the passing lane. A little uncharacteristic of Morgan. He's a very fine passer and a willing facilitator for someone that scores in such heavy volume.
Deflections or pass breakups is a stat in football.
I love the deflection shows that you're being aggressive. Steals are that you know the scouting report and you're an intelligent player because you're not trying to take it off the ball handler. But the deflections, you're out of the lanes, you're being aggressive, you're trying to deny certain entry passes.
Should be a stat. I think Bryant would lead the team in that category, and it travels to go inside off the inbound to Cornell. Stone Gettings back in the game, by the way, 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from the three-point line, so we'll have to pay attention to him once again.
Well, we'll find that Sky Johnson will press out a little bit on him. That'll be a good matchup. Sky can move his feet, and that additional length on Gettings might prove to be successful. If he misses a couple, I think he'll stop shooting. So Delaware needs to make him a ball handler out there and not a spot shooter.
Hens down by 9. 22-13. Daly to the rim. Help defense by Boeheim and a block. Offense rebound Walker. That's where he's at his best. And no rep and a putback by the freshman. Now on the run. It's Davis. inside the foul line, will bring it back out. Getting spotted up for another three, and another one drops off the hands of the junior from California.
Well, because of the attack by Joel Davis, he got Sky Johnson to sink down. Gettings is the trailer, knows where to spot up. Somebody else has got to rotate on Gettings right now to get him out of his rhythm.
A pass inside to Sky Johnson. Don't know if he was the intended recipient of that pass, as Daly kind of walked in the passing lane but wasn't looking for the ball. In any case, a reach and foul on the Big Red, just the fourth on Cornell.
Gettings was playing behind Johnson and just came over his back. Kind of a careless foul there by Gettings, who can ill afford, especially as efficiently as he's playing offense, to get in any type of foul trouble.
Picks up only his first. Bryant on the baseline will inbound, having some trouble, has to lob deep to Daly. He has the basketball now, cross court to Ryan Allen. Allen's got 6 points on 2 of 6 from the field. Walker on the dribble drive, stops, pops, too strong. Ball comes off the back iron in the hands of Gettings, who fights for it. Ahead across half court, it's Davis. He was the facilitator last play to Gettings. Now he'll drive behind the back dribble at the free throw line, loses it, gets it back. Cornell into their offense as Behan finds the hot hands of Gettings, 14 points. Over to Gordon, loves the three, and that's why. Jack Gordon knocks down his 18th of the season, and a timeout taken by Martin Inglesby. 28-15, the lead for Cornell, and we'll take a break with the Blue Hens down big early against the Big Red.
Every day is a chance to flip the script. An invitation to take everything we know and reinvent it. It takes courage. It's an obsession. Never settling for just good enough. It takes a true creator to make something out of nothing. It takes guts. Calling all creators. Those who see obstacles as a chance to win bigger. Calling all creators. The game changers. The difference makers, the boundary breakers, the tomorrow takers. Calling all creators. Get up, invent, adapt, write new rules. Calling all creators. It's a new day, create something.
Radio.
Delaware trails 28-15 early against Cornell out of the Ivy League. A 6-0 run on back-to-back threes by the Big Red. Now up to 6 of 8 from downtown against Delaware.
Let's look for Delaware maybe to switch up their scheme on some of these handoffs or ball screens. That time Boeheim just passed the ball to the corner, followed it with a screen, and we sunk underneath of it. And Gordon, who's known as a three-point shooter, 80% of his shots, even though it's not a great percentage, has got to be defended differently. We've got to take him out of the rhythm, and we have to get better shots down at our end. Only shooting 26% from the field.
Under 8 minutes, Delaware into their offense, down by their largest deficit. 28-15 as Daly gets it to Jelly on the wing. 10 to shoot for Champ. Crossover, 7 in rhythm. Bryant to 3 is in for Darian Bryant, his 7th make from distance this year.
Exactly what we wanted to do out of the timeout. Get ourselves in a good offensive system, scheme. We did a good job of moving the ball, reversing the court with the ball and the body.
Bryant 6 of 12 from three-point range over the last 4 games. Gettings tries to go backdoor with a pass. It's deflected. Ball comes loose. Jump. It'll stay with Cornell.
Amazing there that Gettings didn't realize that Anthony Mosley was playing him, and right behind him he should have faced up and probably could have shot over him. I know he likes to settle for that three-point shot. And the other thing Delaware's got to do is make sure they get back in transition and not allow now a hot team to get any easy baskets. Make them earn it, defend a little bit longer in the possession clock, and force Cornell into some bad spots offensively.
Off the inbound, it's Gettings driving, spinning, looking for a shot. Bryant is there, up and under move, and 16 points for Gettings. Only 2 less than the entire Delaware team.
He got switched off there, Darian Bryant on the big man, and he went for the head fake. Gettings lows to work in that rhythm down low with head fakes and ball fakes.
Daly gets it too far underneath, doesn't have an angle on a layup. Another miss from Ryan Daly and a foul, and trying to get the rebound. Ryan Daly 0 of 7 from the field. 0 of 6, 1 point for the free throw line in 12 minutes thus far for our sophomore.
I like the fact that he's attacking the basket, but at times in there, he's playing so fast that the shot blocker's gotten in rhythm and in timing. Maybe a fake or using the opposite side a little bit. We need Ryan Daly to score in there. We need him to attack the basket to get us some easy looks, but he just might change his technique.
Davis on the drive, a miss. Good rebound by Eric Carter. Looking for an outlet, it's Anthony Mosley. It's the second foul on Daly last time down the floor. Here's Carter, top of the key. His team down 30-18. Allen, jump shot. Didn't square to the rim and missed right side of the basket. Now Morgan, who has 8 points across half court, will leave it to the trailer. It's Gettings, couple between the legs dribbles back to Morgan. He squares, releases on a 3, off the mark for the second time today. Rebound by Eric Carter.
Even though Ryan Allen went underneath the screen, he recovered quickly and came over the side to get a nice contest on Morgan, who will use that ball screen, and if you sink under it, he will pull up and shoot it.
Wide open 3 for Ryan Allen. Closing too late was Matt Morgan, the third from distance off the hands of Ryan Allen.
The ball goes into the post, and then it gets kicked out for a wide open shot. The help defender turned his head. Ryan Allen in perfect position.
Morgan leaves it for Gettings, and he gets a layup on the other end. So Cornell not wasting any time to get that lead back up to 11. 32-21. 5:47 first half of basketball. Can Allen do it again? High arcing 3 left side off the mark, and a foul as Daly and Davis were fighting for position. Davis calling for the foul on the box out.
There's an example of why I love Ryan Daly so much. He's struggling a little bit from the field, so he goes to the weak side, anticipating where that shot's going to be missed to. He gets good position and then gets fouled on the floor. That's just tough guy play. Find a way to help your team when you're maybe not scoring or shooting as well.
Allen gets the inbound. One dribble and a pass to Daly around the curl. 0 of 6 from the field is Daly. And he passes in the paint to Carter. Aggressive take around and out on the push shot over Gettings, and the miss into the hands of Steve Julie. Matt Morgan. Cross half court for Cornell. NBA range 3, and he misses from distance.
Well, good job by Allen, recognizing he was in the rhythm for the 3 and then pushed back out early on to get a high hand contest. Good job by Allen identifying what Morgan was going to do.
Mosley picks up his dribble. Daly in the paint between 2 defenders. Gets his first shot to go through.
Perfectly timed cut from the weak side by Ryan Daly, and a great pass by Anthony Mosley into the cutting Daly as he used his body positioning to finish.
Third assist, no turnovers for Anthony Mosley. 32-23 the score. Cornell leads. Davis, right side, trying to find a way to get inside of Gettings. They do. He's got great positions over Bryant, and now 20 points for Gettings in his first half.
Gettings used the back door and then quickly spun on Bryant and got a great post-up low position. Good footwork there by the big guy. Gettings in a wonderful rhythm offensively.
Daly on the drive. He's fouled on the take. It'll be on the floor, the 6th foul against Cornell. And Delaware has been on the bad side of some really great individual efforts this season, and we are seeing another one from the hands of Stone Gettings, who's up to 20.
Well, Gettings is very clever. He's smart, very efficient player, and right now we haven't been able to get him in foul trouble. I think one of the keys might be tire him out and run the court with Carter.
Daly off the inbound, a power dribble up and in for Ryan Daly, who's got back-to-back buckets.
Boy, he uses his body so well on those shots, gets himself positioned and finds a way to get the ball up to the basket at the right time, at the right angle.
34-25, Cornell with the lead. 4:07 first half. Gettings in the post. Carter defends. It goes back out to Morgan. Sets a screen for Morgan. Morgan double team. Behind the back pass to Gettings. A 3 and a highlight for the Big Red.
Here's the problem. Eric Carter stayed in the double team with Morgan as he brought him further away from Gettings, who then reversed it. Ryan Daly or someone else has got to rotate to Gettings and either deny him or make sure he's a dribbler, not a standstill shooter.
Gettings having the time of his life right now. 23 first half points, and the big man, another 3. Now he defends Carter. Kick out to Daly. 5 to shoot, beyond the arc. 4 to shoot. Step back, long 3. Daly off the mark. Rebound, Champ. Champ gets his shot blocked, gets it back. Bryant will reset. 26 to shoot, 3:18 to play for Jelly. His pass to Eric Carter, top of the key, it's Mosley. Mosley works it to Allen. Allen has made 3 three-pointers himself. To Bryant, inside out dribble, the runner, float shot's good, off the hands of Darian Bryant.
Boy, you described that perfectly. Bryant with a burst, goes right to left and then rises off of his left foot and throws back the shot with his right hand. That was really well done, extremely athletic play.
Delaware down by 10, 37-27. Gettings with a few dribbles. Morgan, open look at a three, and you can't let him do that. Another triple, the 8th from Cornell in his first half.
Ryan Allen got caught under that handoff. He cannot do that. He's got to go over the top to make sure Morgan at least is nudged a little bit and bumped so he can't get that shot off so quickly.
40-27, now 40-29 as they slip it in. It's Eric Carter, ball stolen off the inbound by Allen, trying to draw a foul, missing on the layup. Mosley's there to get the rebound off the miss, and 4 quick ones for Delaware.
Great hustle play by Ryan Allen. Even though he didn't score, he dislodged the ball. Mosley hustles back and finds a way to score as well. Good help here by Anthony Mosley on Gettings.
Morgan looking at the screen set by Gettings, passes to Gordon. Gordon on the dribble drive, inside the paint. Good body English to get that ball up mid-through.
Gordon, not known as a driver. We've already described how big a three-point shooter he is in terms of volume. That time Daly just got a little off balance and Gordon got to the basket. A good play. Cornell in great rhythm offensively.
42-31 the lead for Cornell. They're shooting 67% from 3, 63% from the field. Are the Big Red. Now Mosley on the run. Uses the left hand to get back-to-back buckets for the head.
Delaware's gotten into the paint now at will. Cornell's kind of lost their urge to play good defense. A nice play getting in so deep by Mosley.
Morgan calls a timeout as he lost his footing near the baseline on the offensive side. 1:31 remaining in the first half. That'll be our final first half timeout. We'll take a break with Delaware down by 9, 42-33 against the Cornell Big Red.
Hi guys, it's great to be here. In the desert,
at the mall,
on the mountain, at school,
at the beach,
in the Big Easy.
Yeah.
Today I want to show you guys the next gen Chevy Equinox. What do you think?
That's pretty.
Pretty sexy.
It's all-wheel drive, look at that. It looks aggressive.
But not overbearing. It's not too big, not too small.
Looks like it could go off-roading. But at the same time, it looks like a car you could take to a nice event.
You can dress it up or dress it down.
Seems like the perfect car for anybody.
I would take it anywhere.
I want one.
I love it.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
Chevy stepped their game up.
Minute 31 remaining in the first half. Welcome back into the Bob Carpenter Center. I'm Scott Klatzman alongside Bill Harmon. Cornell leads 42-33 over Delaware. A three-point barrage by the Big Red. 8 of 12 from distance. 5 of them coming off the hands of Stone Gettings, who had made 11 all season long. He's got 5 of them today.
Well, that's his career high, is 5 threes. He's done it twice in his career, but more importantly, they've been standstills. Very few players at the college level can create a three off the dribble. Gettings clearly can. He's a recipient of good passes, usually overplays and denies of Morgan, but Delaware's got to at least rotate somebody else to him if the double team is involved.
And they lose Gettings off the inbound in the corner, and he makes another three-pointer just as we talk about.
Well, when a player's in rhythm from any spot, you have to make him a dribbler, and then you've got to rotate, help, high hand contest. Just too late there by Eric Carter.
He just wasn't looking. Right. Carter was not looking. 17 to shoot. Carter tries to get 2 right back in close, missing on the layup. And now with a 45-33 lead, Morgan gets it across half court to Davis. A pump fake to Gordon. They want to get it back into the hands of the nation's 3rd leading scorer, Morgan. It's been all Morgan and Gettings. Gettings with 26, Morgan with 11. Gettings coming off of a 30-point game last time out against Niagara. Here's Morgan with the scooping layup miss into the hands of Darian Bryant for Delaware. Allen on the other end. 42 to play, first half. 24 to shoot. He'll flip it to Carter as he drives right to left. Carter, good. Plus a free throw coming up for the big man.
What a clever pass by Ryan Allen as he got into the lane, even though he's a little off balance. The help rotates off of Eric Carter, and he finds a way to do a little wraparound pass to get the ball to Eric, who played through some contact. That's the way I like to see Ryan Allen. He can be so dangerous from the 3, but when he puts it on the floor, he's a willing distributor, and he can get to the rim as well.
Ryan Allen 2 assists, 1 turnover, 19 minutes, 9 points, leading Delaware on 3 of 10 shooting. Eric Carter with the free throw, that's good. 37.8 to play first half. 30 seconds on the shot clock for Cornell. They'll try to work it down, up 45-36. Davis with some high dribbles, and Cornell will work this clock with Gettings out of the ball game on this final possession.
Well, they'll run something, I'm sure, for Morgan, unless he's going to just be used as a distraction. Probably a handoff here. Let Morgan create off the dribble.
Here's Morgan. Picks it up to Davis, 4 to shoot, into the paint. Davis looking for contact, didn't get it, a miss. Delaware has 8 seconds to get down the floor. It's Anthony Mosley across half court. 4 seconds, his pass is deflected, ball loose. Daly picks up his third. That could not have ended any worse for Delaware in the final 8 seconds once they got the ball in their hands, because it ends up with Ryan Daly now in foul trouble.
A smart play by Matt Morgan, knowing that Ryan Daly likes to take the last shot of the half. He was spotted up. Mosley was trying to get him the ball, but Morgan realized that. He came up the court to get the deflection, and then the foul by Ryan Daly.
You're in a position to get the final shot at worst, or perhaps not at worst, because we saw what at worst will be. Instead, you've got an 83% free throw shooter on the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Ryan Daly picks up his third, and Morgan's going to get likely both of these free throws. He makes the first.
Well, a tough play by Ryan Daly. I know what he was trying to do. It was just a reaction there as Morgan was going to get a breakaway, but he might not have had a chance to get to the basket had he not fouled.
Morgan makes both. Allen, a heave from over half court, hit the front of the rim. He almost got that one to go, but instead it's Delaware down 47-36 at the half. Cornell has been lights out in the first 20 minutes. 69% from 3, 9 of 13, and a 6 of 7 showing from Stone Gettings from distance. His career.
Whether you're a morning person or simply it's not your thing. Maybe you're the type that doesn't take it that seriously. Or you're that person who just makes everyone's morning brighter. There's a McDonald's for every morning.
Enjoy a sausage burrito for $1 or a sausage McGriddle sandwich for $2. Pair it with any size freshly brewed McCafe hot coffee for $1.
Say, can you see $2 million?
Lotto America is the new drawing game that's sweeping the nation. Get 6 numbers right, including the star ball, and you win. And with jackpots starting at $2 million, you win big. Lotto America from the Delaware Lottery. It's the new way to play and win the American dream.
As a person who loves the finer things, this holiday season, I've asked for a luxurious new Buick SUV. Fingers crossed.
Ring in the holidays with Buick. Get up to 20% below MSRP on most 2017 luxury SUV models. That's almost $6,200 on this Buick Encore Essence. Experience the new Buick this holiday season for remaining 2017s.
The official bird of Delaware isn't red. It's not green or purple. It's blue. Coincidence? We think not. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Delaware. This blue hen does not need to see a podiatrist. But if he did, waiting for a referral might get his feathers in a bunch. And he wouldn't like that one bit. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Delaware.
Rush hour or relax hour. It's your choice. Ride more, save more, do more. Dart, moving forward.
Every day is a chance to flip the script. An invitation to take everything we know and reinvent it. It takes courage. It's an obsession. Never settling for just good enough. It takes a true creator to make something out of nothing. It takes guts. Calling all creators. Those who see obstacles as a chance to win bigger. Calling all creators. The game changers, the difference makers, the boundary breakers, the tomorrow takers. Calling all creators. Get up. Invent. Adapt. Write new rules. Calling all creators. It's a new day. Create something.
Hi guys, it's great to be here. In the desert, at the mall, on the mountain, at school, at the beach, in the Big Easy.
Yeah.
Today I want to show you guys the next gen Chevy Equinox. What do you think?
That's pretty.
Pretty sexy.
It's all-wheel drive. Look at that. It looks aggressive.
But not overbearing. It's not too big, not too small.
Looks like it could go off-roading. At the same time, it looks like a car you could take to a nice event.
You can dress it up or dress it down.
Seems like the perfect car for anybody.
I would take it anyway.
I want one.
I love it.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
Chevy stepped their game up.
Whether you're a morning person or simply it's not your thing. Maybe you're the type that doesn't take it that seriously. Or you're that person who just makes everyone's morning brighter. There's a McDonald's for every morning.
Enjoy a sausage burrito for $1 or a sausage McGriddle sandwich for $2. Pair it with any size freshly brewed McCafe hot coffee for $1.
Oh, say, can you see $2 million?
Lotto America is the new drawing game that's sweeping the nation. Get 6 numbers right, including the star ball, and you win. And with jackpots starting at $2 million, you win big. Lotto America from the Delaware Lottery. It's the new way to play and win the American dream.
It into the post to Nick Harrison.
We've all been there.
Can't even see the score. Oh my God.
Trying to watch the game on that tiny screen. It's time to watch sports the way they were meant to be watched. On this, in high definition. You can now watch all your favorite teams and players on the big screen for free. With CAA.TV, you'll never miss a moment. Take back the living room by searching CAA on your device.
From the field, and Delaware shooting only 39% from the field. It's a deficit that is double figures, but all things considered, it could be worse, and I wouldn't be surprised if Delaware fought themselves back into this ball game early in the second half.
I think that's a great assessment. This is one of the hottest shooting teams I've ever seen. Now, they've had good shots, so Delaware is going to make some adjustments. At halftime, they're going to push out on Morgan a little bit more, and certainly push out on Gettings and make him give the ball up, or at least become a dribbler. The standstills, he's taken 7 threes, and all have been really good shots and good looks for him. 13 total shots in the first half for Gettings, who usually only averages about 5 shots to 6 shots a half. One of the things Delaware might do is play some zone just to try to change things up a little bit. Maybe a little pressure to again force Cornell to speed up and get out of their rhythm. They've really been solid offensively, running their stuff. They like to shoot it quickly, but that's okay. Delaware might want to employ some of that full court pressure because we've scored enough to get set up, and I've loved our offense. We've cut well, we've shared the ball extremely well. We've had some tough plays inside where Ryan Daly's attacked and not always gotten rewarded, but he's going to consistently do that, and throughout a 40-minute game, he's going to get 3 or 4 fouls that a lot of players don't because he's so physical. We've also been aggressive on the offensive glass, and again, I think Eric Carter has been solid inside. He had a couple turnovers early, but he's played 16 minutes, 3 for 5 from the field. He's been good. And I thought Sky Johnson came in, and even though he only played 4 minutes, gave us some really good minutes, and he can be a presence as well inside. Let's fatigue Gettings a little bit, make him defend, and also throw him out of his rhythm a little bit defensively by changing up the scheme.
Let's take a look at the halftime stats presented by Rufo Associates. Visit RufoLaw.com. As we mentioned, Stone Gettings 26 points in the first half in just 17 minutes of action, coming off of a 30-point career high last time out against Niagara. He is enjoying his holiday season. 10 of 13 from the field for Gettings, 6 of 7 from long range. 13 points for Matt Morgan, a little over halfway to his scoring total average on the season. Third leading scorer in the country. 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 3 of 8 from the field. Rest of the team, not much. 5 from Jack Gordon, 3 from Steve Julian. Delaware, led by Ryan Allen with 3 3-point makes to get to his 9 points. 3 steals in 20 minutes for the freshman from DeMatha. 7 points for Eric Carter. 6 points for Darian Bryant. 5 for Ryan Daly. 4 points for Anthony Mosley. 5 assists, only 1 turnover for Anthony Mosley. That first turnover, I should say, for Anthony Mosley on the final play of the first half forced Daly into a position where he had to reach in on a scramble and pick up his 3rd foul. He's the only Blue Hen really in foul trouble. Only player in this game with 3 fouls is Ryan Daly. Delaware shooting 39% from the field, 40% on 4 of 10 from 3, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Delaware leading points in the paint 20-12. Delaware's turned the basketball over 6 times to Cornell's 7. Change up of the starting lineup in the second half as Delaware will come out with Ryan Daly, Eric Carter, Darian Bryant is the change, Ryan Allen, and Anthony Mosley. Delaware get the basketball first, and Anthony Mosley will be the point guard getting the inbound from Ryan Daly. Cornell comes out in their road red uniforms, white Cornell across the chest with Davis, Morgan, Gordon, Julian, and the red hot Stone Gettings to start the second half. Delaware going right to left as we see it across the Delaware bench, led by head coach Martin Inglesby in his 2nd season. We are underway here at the Bob Carpenter Center for second half basketball as Daly puts it on the floor, stops inside the paint, passes out to Jelly, who gets a start in the second half. 6 first half points for Darian Bryant. Into Carter it goes. He gets a pass, whipped out to Ryan Allen, who will fire up another 3 and makes his 4th, tying a career high, which he set against the Fighting Irish.
Go inside to Eric Carter. He finds Darian Bryant on the weak side with a wonderful pass and then a great skip-out pass to Ryan Allen in rhythm, who really can rise up over defenders.
Morgan on the inside, forced it over Ryan Daly and a miss. Now Delaware the basketball down 39-47. In the corner, it's Bryant to Allen, guarded by Julian. Crossover, Allen's had the hot hand today. We'll get it to Mosley. Mosley had Bryant cutting, didn't go to him. Now a screen by Carter. Mosley with the take, gliding through and getting fouled as he does best. The most free throw attempts on the season for any Blue Hen player.
2 really important things just happened. Number 1 at the other end is Morgan attacked their leading scorer. Ryan Daly came over to draw the charge, and he did a great job of going vertical with his hands and not picking up that 4th foul. Really smart play. And then down here on the ball screen with Eric Carter, he gets Gettings moving and got him in a foul. So a good job by Mosley attacking the basket and going right into the shot blocker.
Anthony Mosley playing in his 101st career game with the Blue Hens. A senior out of Samford School, makes the first free throw, 3rd best free throw shooter on the team at 72%. And the second one drops as well. Delaware makes it a 2-possession game very quickly to start this second half.
Just no panic. Be patient, keep attacking offensively, and improve your defense, and we'll be right back in this game.
47-41 is the count. Inside it goes to Gettings. Double team comes. Allen and Carter. Dribbling out of it is Gettings. Forces a pass. It's deflected or not. It goes out of bounds. Thought perhaps Carter got a piece of that one. Clarence Armstrong, the official, didn't see it that way, and it goes to Delaware after the turnover. That's the 8th turnover for Cornell. A.J. Desai, Tim Comer, Clarence Armstrong, the official today. Good crew here at Delaware.
Absolutely. Good job there by Ryan Allen coming across and double teaming.
Daly, the float shot over. Gettings does not get the roll. Hand straight up for Gettings. Good defense by the junior from California. Now it's Davis on the other end for Cornell. Gordon out of the corner, gets it to Gettings, who has 26 to Gordon. 1-3 has gone down from Gordon. Can't make another. Rebounded by Ryan Daly, who turns and pushes across half court to Allen. Allen on the wing in front of the Delaware bench. Couple dribbles, drives on Gettings to the cup. Head fake, sets himself up for a float shot. Does not get the roll, and a foul is called against Cornell as Carter was in traffic underneath.
A great job by Ryan Allen getting in deep and pulling up. Got Gettings to flow past him with the shot fake. I think he was so wide open he couldn't believe it and just kind of missed that little touch shot. You don't get many 3-foot shots right in front of the basket, especially when you're a wing player. Good hustle on the weak side to draw that foul. There is Joel Davis got the block out on Ryan Daly.
His second, now Daly, foul line to Allen, catch, release, 3, career high. That's 5 for Ryan Allen from downtown.
Well, Ryan Allen answers because he finds great space on the perimeter, and his teammates are very willing to get the ball to the hot-handed shooter, Ryan Daly, with a wonderful pass.
Davis trying to get 3 right back, does not. Long miss into the hands of Bryant. Delaware can tie up the game with a 3 on this possession, down 11. Heading into the locker room with 17:37 left in this ball game. They're down 47-44. It's Carter working on Gettings, hands down just 1.
Exactly what we talked about. Attack Gettings, get him in foul trouble or make him a little wary. Eric Carter doing a great job working to that left shoulder. Timeout and a big needed one, or a good call by Brian Earl, the coach of Cornell.
Earl calls the timeout. Delaware will head to their bench. A 10-0 run to start the second half. Hands down 47-46. We'll be back in a moment on 94.7 WDSD.
Every day's a chance to flip the script. An invitation to take everything we know and reinvent it. It takes courage. It's an obsession. Never settling for just good enough. It takes a true creator to make something out of nothing. It takes guts. Calling all creators. Those who see obstacles as a chance to win bigger. Calling all creators. The game changers, the difference makers, the boundary breakers, the tomorrow takers. Calling all creators. Get up, invent, adapt, write new rules. Calling all creators. It's a new day, create something.
4-7 WDSD and iHeartRadio.
Save time and shop Acme for all your New Year's needs. Acme has gift cards, party trays, Lancaster brand meats, and delicious desserts. Acme, your favorite local supermarket. I'm Scott Gladson next to Bill Harmon. Delaware, a 10-0 run to start the second half. 17:22 remaining in this ball game. Coming off of Brian Earl timeout. We're back in action. Cornell with the basketball momentarily as Mosley takes it away. Getting it back is Jack Gordon. He's on the run. Gets it to Julian, mid-right block, and he'll settle things for the Big Red.
Well, Anthony Mosley being really quick defensively out front is as good a ball hawker as anybody in the game.
Gordon, kick out. Davis, shot blocked, gets it back as the shot clock expires into the hands of Darian Bryant. He'll look to push. Delaware on a 10-0 run. They were down 11 to start the second half. Anthony Mosley on the wing, inside to Carter, back out to Daly, and a foul away from the ball as Julian crashed in to Anthony Mosley.
Mosley was perfectly stationary to draw that foul. Good call there by our great friend and really a proving official, Clarence Armstrong, local official in high school for a number of years, has worked his way up, does a lot of CAA games. It's great to see him here on the floor.
Here's Allen off the inbound. Jump shot, deep 2, good. Delaware on top for the first time this afternoon.
Ryan Allen gets scary hot at times. He's streaky, but he knows when he's on. He takes really good shots. He's in rhythm here and rises up over taller defenders.
48-47, Delaware's lead. Cornell working the ball around the perimeter. Davis, a head fake, a miss, a rebound, Bryant, and a foul against Julian. A frustrated junior picks up his third.
Well, Julian is a hustle player. Identified yesterday in the scouting report as the junkyard dog. A hustle makes those kind of tough guy plays, but now he's just out of control. He'll probably have to come out of the game at some point, and a good job by Darian Bryant on the weak side there with his block out.
Ryan Allen has 17 points for Delaware. He's on the floor with a touch, off the screen. Elbow, jump shot, missing, follows, ball's loose. Morgan has it in his hands. Down the floor quickly, layup in transition. Morgan's got 15, and the first bucket of the second half comes 4 minutes in. for Cornell.
Morgan, explosive in the open court, is very quick, an underrated athlete as well, was able to score easily there in transition using his quickness and his finesse.
Lead back for the Big Red, 49-48. Allen in the corner, guarded closely by Davis. Baseline, spinning, kick out, Mosley, top of the key, 7 to shoot for Champ. Pass to Daly, ball fake. Now he fires over Julian, around and out, and no rebounders to help for Delaware. It goes into the hands of Morgan for Cornell. He'll stop. Thought about a 3, instead drops it to Gettings. He'll fire away, and his 7th in from distance.
Well, a great contest by Mosley on Morgan as he went over top of the screen, and then he was forced to drop the ball off to Gettings. Eric Carter closed him out about as well as you can. That's just a player who's really in rhythm.
Carter battling Gettings inside, ball fake, goes up strong and gets 2 in close.
Well described, Scott. He used that head and shoulders fake, got Gettings vertical very quickly, and then attacked immediately before Gettings could come down. Getting smart there to avoid that 3rd foul.
Back and forth we go, 52-50. Cornell leads with the basketball. It's Julian to Gordon, guarded by Daly, deep left side. Gordon from Texas, 1 dribble to Davis. He passes cross court to Julian. Good entry inside to Gettings, who has position on Anthony Mosley and also has a new career high. 31 points for Gettings. He had 30 last time out. Enjoying the holiday season is Stone Gettings. 61 points in his last 2 outings for the junior. Now it's Daly, inside Carter. He wants the basketball. He wants to go against Gettings. He misses, gets it back, head fake. No one stopping Eric Carter right now as he screams with the basketball falling through.
I love it when a big man misses his own power move short. He can get the rebound more easily himself. Did a great job of following it up.
Morgan drives, help defense coming from Allen, block shot, but they'll call the foul, and we'll take a timeout with 14:08 left to play, and this one is close. 54-52. The Hens were down 11 at the break, and now we'll take a break on the Blue Hen Sports Radio Network.
Hi guys, it's great to be here in the desert, at the mall, on the mountain, at school, at the beach, in the Big Easy.
Yeah.
Today I want to show you guys the next gen Chevy Equinox. What do you think?
That's pretty.
Pretty sexy.
It's all-wheel drive. Look at that. It looks aggressive.
But not overbearing. It's not too big, not too small.
Looks like it could go off-roading. At the same time, it looks like a car you could take to a nice event.
You can dress it up or dress it down.
Seems like the perfect car for anybody.
I would take it anyway.
I want one.
I love it.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
Chevy stepped their game up.
.08 left from the Bob Carpenter Center. Delaware taking on Cornell, 54-52. The Big Red with the lead and the basketball. But the Hens were down 11 at the half. They took a lead at the 16:40 mark. Now we're at 14:08. And Cornell back on top. This one should go back and forth as Morgan at the free throw line where he's 5 of 5 today. Reminder to our listeners as Morgan makes the first. Kevin Anderson, the CAA Rookie of the Week for the 2nd time in a row, out with a knee injury. So a pivotal part of this Delaware team not playing today. Delaware just has not had an entire unit available this entire year. This will be game 13 as Morgan makes them both, that the Hens have either started a game or ended a game without every scholarship player available.
It's really difficult to lose your point guard because that way now Mosley's forced to handle the ball more. He was really doing a good job of playing as the off guard.
It's Carter. He's had the hot hand. He wants it back. He gets it back. Fading away. He's pushed, and he'll go to the free throw line as his shot caroms off the rim.
Excellent identification. Stone Gettings out of the ball game. Sophomore Josh Warren, though he's 6'8", just inexperienced, immediately Eric Carter understands that. He goes in, and there's a help defender working over to get it, but Warren fouled him. So a nice job by Delaware understanding the substitution by Cornell and taking advantage of it.
Carter on his way to perhaps another double-double. 14 points after the free throw, 8 rebounds for Carter, who had a double-double last time out against CSUB. Portion of this broadcast brought to you by First State Orthopedics, the team taking care of Delaware. Visit firststateortho.com. Carter makes them both, and it's 56-54. 6 minutes in to the second half. Morgan enters into Warren. Mid-left block. Wants to pass out of it, does so to Julian. They're working around the perimeter, right side of Davis. Back to Warren, elbow right. 15 to shoot. Morgan, nation's third leading scorer with the basketball, picks it up. 11 to shoot to Gordon. Inside to Warren. One dribble, wanted to go backdoor, nothing there. 5 to shoot for Davis. He'll have to create with 4. Drives with 3. Bounces, stolen away. Jelly with the basketball to Champ in traffic. Underneath, switching right to left. Missing, does not get the roll. Daly battling. And a foul is called as Ryan Daly ripped it away from Josh Warren. And Bill, I know you like that effort.
I certainly do, but let me start at the other end. That was a great defensive sequence by Delaware. Did a wonderful job at defending Morgan. Anthony Mosley doing a terrific job of moving his feet, getting over screens, cutting off driving, and then Ryan Daly down here after a wonderful pass by Darian Bryant to secure the offensive rebound. He just ripped it out. It looked like, I don't know, a middle linebacker trying to rip the football out of a running back's hands and late in the game. And he's just so tough-minded, makes all those little plays that a lot of people don't realize.
Carter off the inbound, can't control the pass from Mosley. That would have led him to a layup on the right side. A turnover for Delaware, their 7th. And back to Cornell it goes. Cornell up 56-54, 13:06 in the second half. And Morgan missing a long 3, no box out on Davis. He gets the O-reb to Warren, open for a 3. Push shot, and that was not pretty to see. It's pretty for Delaware fans as it wasn't close to a make. Mosley with the basketball now for Delaware. Daly on the wing, driving in closer, draws contact. He's such a smart player, but hobbled after the foul. He's limping a bit as he walks to the foul line. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
He got stepped on there as Warren rotated across, bumps Daly with his body, but Daly is so strong and so smart as you described. He can take on that shot blocker, ward him off with the inside part of his body, and then hold the ball away and get the ball up to the basket to have a chance for a 3-point play. Just tough guy plays consistently. Even when his game is not as solid or as sharp as he would like it, he finds so many different ways to help his team win.
Daly, though, misses the free throw, 1 of 3 today. Daly has not made over 55% of his free throws in any of the last 3 games. He was 10 of 19 from the free throw line coming into today over the last 3 games. That's 52%. And the best he can do here, if this one goes through, which it does, is get to 50%. And now he's going to have to come out of the game. He's hobbled, walking to the bench, and he'll have a conversation with Coach Inglesby. Paul Lowry will come across as the trainer to take a look at him.
Boy, are we lucky to have Paul Lowry. He does such a great job with all these different injuries, managing them and then taking care of players during the game. I think he'll get Ryan Daly back in pretty quickly.
56-55, Delaware down by 1. Warren with the basketball. A conversation about shooting threes awaits Warren as he flips it to his teammates. Jack Gordon, a 3-point shooter, a rare 2-point try as he gets the layup to go with the left hand.
80% of his shots come from the 3, but he's done a nice job tonight, this afternoon, I should say, twice driving to the basket and using his left hand to score.
Walker back in for the temporarily injured Ryan Daly. We expect temporarily. As Lowry works, Paul Lowry, our trainer, works on him on the bench. Delaware works the ball around the perimeter. Inside, Mosley can't get enough of that left hand. Missing. Now Morgan in traffic. Reach in, foul Ryan Allen. They got the call right. Just the 2nd on Delaware this half. 7 for the Big Red as we get to 12:03 left in the ball game.
What a smart foul there by Ryan Allen. Understanding that Morgan had a potential run out as quick as he is. Did a good job there. Only the 2nd team foul of the half. A smart play by Ryan Allen. I don't like that little subtlety there. Eric Carter, a player, walks back to get the ball to give it to the official. You almost never see that in today's game.
And you're very kind to Ryan Allen as Mosley gets the foul called there. That was certainly, he was surprised that the foul was called. I don't think it was intentional for the freshman, but it did stop the transition play. You're absolutely right. And the foul on Mosley, the 3rd on Delaware, 4th on Champ, who has really struggled with fouls this season, will send us to a timeout. 11:57 remaining in the game, and Delaware down by 3 against Cornell. 58-55 is your score.
Oh, say can you see 2 million bucks?
Lotto America is the new drawing game that's sweeping the nation. Get 6 numbers right, including the star ball, and you win. And with jackpots starting at $2 million, you win big. Lotto America from the Delaware Lottery. It's the new way to play and win the American dream.
As a person who loves the finer things, this holiday season, I've asked for a luxurious new Buick SUV. Fingers crossed.
Ring in the holidays with Buick. Get up to 20% below MSRP on most 2017 luxury SUV models. That's almost $6,200 on this Buick Encore Essence. Experience the new Buick this holiday season for remaining 2017s.
Back to fighting Blue Hens basketball on 94.7 WDSD and iHeartRadio.
11:57 remaining in the ball game. Delaware trailed by 11 at the half, now down just 3, 58-55, and we see Ryan Daly checking back into the game with a noticeable limp, also in the game for Cornell Stone Gettings.
Well, good substitutions by both coaches. Gettings out for a little bit of a rest, and I hope it's cooled him off a little bit. Ryan Daly getting his ankle or leg looked at. It's a little hard to tell. He's so tough-minded, he doesn't give away a lot.
Immediately to go to Gettings. He'll kick it out. Morgan release on a 3, hand to the face by Bryant, who's done a nice job on Morgan. Averages 24 a miss. Daly with a run out to Allen. Can he do it again from 3? Short into the hands of Morgan. An air ball will go the other way. Morgan has 17 and a pass to Davis. In the lane, fouled by Walker, and Davis will shoot 2 shots.
Well, Davis is a left-hander and a driver almost exclusively, so once you know that, you just try to get in the way of him, possibly draw a charge, but don't foul him, because if he's going to get to the basket at that point, I think you can cut him off when we have a shot blocker available. Davis is explosive, and you've got to make him go to his right.
Davis makes the free throw. Joel Davis, a junior from Goldsboro, North Carolina, only 3 points per game. His 11th game of the season, started once, misses the second, and a 4-point lead for Cornell. 11:30 left to play, 59-55 as Allen walks it up. Ryan Allen having a great day, 17 points, 2 assists, 1 turnover in 28 minutes. Here's Ryan Allen. Carter calling for it. He doesn't look at Carter. Goes to Daly instead. Allen in the corner this time, left side. 10 to shoot. They want to get it into Carter. Forced pass is knocked away and stolen away by Julian. Now it's Morgan racing. A pass up the floor to Gordon. Gordon, bounce pass. Gettings, 33 for the big man.
That transition has really hurt Delaware. Ryan Allen likes to hang around, down around the rebound, or in that case, the steal, or sprint back. We've got to have 5 back to defend. A little change up there. Cornell played some matchup zone on that last possession, Scott. I think Coach using a good timeout here to get the team organized.
He'll talk about things with 10:51 remaining. We'll stay right here as Coach Inglesby will quickly talk with his basketball club. Want to remind our listeners to join us for the next basketball coaches show presented by First Aid Orthopedics, live from Klondike Kate's on Main Street. The 3rd show of the season will be January 8th. So after the new year, join us on January 8th at Klondike Kate's for the coach show. Coach Natasha Adair of the women's basketball team, Martin Inglesby, myself, Matt Janis, all there. And remember, every time the Blue Hens win, 20% off at Klondike Kate's. Just bring in your ticket stub or share the final score graphic on social media. 61-55 the score here. I'm Scott Glasgow alongside Bill Harmon, Benny Pinella producing back in the studio. And Coach Inglesby, a quick talk with his team. What do you think he was going over?
Well, I think he was trying to get across. We've got to sprint back on defense. Don't hang around. Make sure we don't give up any easy baskets. And number 2, how to attack this matchup. But Cornell, out of the timeout, is switching their defense back to their man-to-man.
Delaware led 6 minutes ago by 1. Now they trail 61-55. Walker looking inside of Carter. They can't go to him. Entangled up. Carter was trying to get a whistle, and he did, as Gettings was tied up with Carter, preventing the entry. That'll be the 3rd on Stone Gettings.
That was excellent post-up posture by Eric Carter, using his elbows, having them out but not swinging them, having his hands presented into the middle, and Gettings got mixed up with him and tied up, and it was a good call underneath by the lead official there, who had a good view. Billy Phillips doing a great job of working hard on Eric Carter's post-up position and posture.
But they can't cash in at the free throw line. A miss on the front end of the 1-on-1, and Davis gets the basketball down for Cornell, back in the hands of Morgan. Delaware has really hurt themselves from the free throw line this season, 66% as a team. It's Gordon driving baseline. His pass deflected. Morgan guarded by Carter. He recognizes the mismatch. Morgan puts it on the deck, and Carter has to reach in and foul him.
The way that possession went, it wasn't a bad idea. Originally we had Darian Bryant on Stone Gettings, and Ryan Allen on Morgan, but we got switched off, so a good job there by Carter to just get the foul and not allow an easy basket.
They go inside to Gettings off the inbound. It's just his 4th miss of the day, but it's an offensive rebound by Julian. Kick out Gordon, and they'll slow things down. Halfway through the second half, Delaware down 61-55. Gettings after that miss, 13 of 17 from the field. He's got a career-high 33 points. Morgan from way downtown, bang.
Well, it was a handoff, and Delaware was going to, by game plan, go over the top of that, not to allow Morgan such an easy look. He steps back, even with long range, NBA-like three-point shot. Ryan Allen's got to push out and make sure he doesn't get that easy look.
Morgan held under 20 points just once this season. He'll stay that way as he gets to the 20-point mark after that three. Corner, Daly, high arcing three from the corner. Ryan Daly with an answer.
Kyrie Walker gets down the lane to set up the help, drew the help towards him, kicks it back out to Ryan Daly. A very quick release on that long-range three.
Morgan from three on the other end, and back and forth we go. It's 67-58, Cornell on top.
That was just better offense than pretty good defense on that. Morgan with a long range three. Really can rise up. He's in rhythm now, so he's got to be picked up even earlier.
Morgan 1 point away from his season average of 24, which is 3rd in the country. Walker drives, might have slipped a little, got away with a travel in the corner. Walker steps on the end line, so turns it over one way or another. Back to the Big Red.
That's just inexperience. As a player, you've got to know where you are on the court, especially when you get close to the boundary or in the deep corner. Walker trying to do the right thing there and drive along the baseline to draw the help or possibly get Gettings with another foul, but stepped on the end line as he went. Clarence Armstrong with a good call.
Daly comes out of the basketball game, being checked on by Paul Lowry, so Mosley back in. The Hens without Daly, at least momentarily. He's got 9 points after the big shot. Morgan feeling red hot from three. Can't stay that way, off the mark onto the forced three-point shot. 67-58 the lead for Cornell. Delaware led at the 16-minute mark. Now Mosley on the drive. Tough take by Chan.
Super take. Just used the ball screen perfectly with his left hand. Gets to the basket. Played through some contact there. An explosive play by Mosley just when we need it.
67-60. Here's Morgan. He's going to look for his shot, and a whistle coming off the screen against Darian Bryant.
Well, a good maneuver there by Bryant, trying to wiggle over the top of that. As we say, make yourself skinny. Just couldn't quite do it. It was almost a moving screen on Gettings, which would have been his 4th. So at one of those tough in-between calls, it goes Cornell's way.
Instead, it's the first on Darian Bryant, the redshirt junior, starting the second half, coming off the bench to begin the game. And his team down by 7 off the inbound. It's Morgan, who has 23 points, 4 three-pointers, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. And a 1,000-point scorer as a junior. Here's Morgan off the curl at the foul line. He stops inside of Gettings. Carter just a beat too late to get the steal, and Gettings has 35 after the layup.
Eric was trying to rotate across as Gettings slipped the high ball screen, got himself in good position, and worked to the weak side.
A pass inside to Carter, deflected out of bounds. It'll go to Cornell when we come back. 7:45 to play, and the Hens down 69-60 here at the Bob Carpenter Center. Back in a moment.
As a person who loves the finer things, this holiday season, I've asked for a luxurious new Buick SUV. Fingers crossed.
Ring in the holidays with Buick. Get up to 20% below MSRP on most 2017 luxury SUV models. That's almost $6,200 on this Buick Encore Essence. Experience the new Buick this holiday season for remaining 2017s.
Rush hour or relax hour. It's your choice. Ride more, save more, do more. DART, moving forward.
The official bird of Delaware isn't red. It's not green or purple. It's blue. Coincidence? We think not. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Delaware. This
Welcome back here to the Bob Carpenter Center, where Cornell has gotten their lead back up to 9, 69-60, 7:45 left to play. I'm Scott Classic alongside Bill Harmon on 94.7 WDSD. And our UD Star Health Star Watch player to watch, Matt Morgan, has gotten himself going. 10 points in the second half. He had 13 at the break. 23 points for a guy who became the first Cornellian to reach 1,000 career points as a sophomore. Scored 510 points as a freshman, 506 as a sophomore. He's a big weapon and perhaps the Ivy League Player of the Year, just like his coach won in 1999.
I love that term, Cornellian.
I learned that when I was doing some research.
And Stone Gettings playing like Superman. If you know, Christopher Reeve was a 1974 grad from Cornell.
There you go, one of the many alum I'm sure Cornell has. But that's a good one. And he's at least Stone Gettings might be Superman today. He's got 35 points, and Gordon not too bad himself. Driving right to left in the lane and getting the roll, +1. Getting the lead back up to double figures and can add to it from the stripe. Jack Gordon from Dallas, Texas. He only shoots 58% from the free throw line, 38% from downtown.
Well, Gordon's showing off his game here, known as a three-point shooter, as we've documented several times. Now, for the third time, driving to the basket and getting some contact, playing through it. He's been very versatile, played a lot of minutes here this afternoon as well.
Gordon has a 3 today. He's made at least 1 3-pointer in now 10 of 11 games on the season, but again, not a good free throw shooter, misses that one. Delaware down by 11. That's what it was heading into the locker room. Delaware took a lead with a quick burst to start the second half, but Cornell has recovered. Daly recovering from an earlier injury that took him out twice. He's back in the game, drives, tries to leave it for Carter, but it's stolen away. Morgan down the floor to Gordon, who just scored. Now a bounce pass to Gettings on the run, and that transition defense has hurt Delaware all night long.
Eric Carter just got distracted for a minute with the cross-court pass. Lost sight of Gettings. Timeout. Martin Inglesby, a smart one to take here.
He'll take a break. We'll stay with Coach Inglesby and the Hens as they go down 13 points. It's a full timeout, which will give us a chance to talk about really what has happened over the last.
Puts it into the post to Nick Harrison.
We've all been there.
Can't even see the score. Oh my God.
Trying to watch the game on that tiny screen. It's time to watch sports the way they were meant to be watched. On this, in high definition. You can now watch all your favorite teams and players on the big screen for free. With CAA.TV, you'll never miss a moment. Take back the living room by searching CAA on your device.
Whether you're a morning person or simply it's not your thing. Maybe you're the type that doesn't take it that seriously. Or you're that person who just makes everyone's morning brighter. There's a McDonald's for every morning.
Enjoy a sausage burrito for $1 or a sausage McGriddle sandwich for $2. Pair it with any size freshly brewed McCafe hot coffee for $1.
Fifth time, that an individual has scored 30 points or more against Delaware. The Hens have had really a lot of trouble stopping individual career and season high efforts, and that's what it is for Stone Gettings, who's coming off a 30-point game. He averages 14 points per contest, but he's been hot, up to 37 points tonight, or today I should say, as we get the afternoon tip-off against Cornell. And Delaware basketball off the timeout, down 73-60.
Delaware going small here. Eric Carter and Sky Johnson both out. We've got Walker in, going to play that hybrid big.
And a foul on Brian Knapp will send Anthony Mosley to the free throw line. He shoots the most free throws of any Blue Hen.
Well, Mosley does that because he's very willing to give up his body to drive into taller players. He had a tremendous finish earlier on, but he also identified he had a substitute in on him who just can't stay in front of him. Only a freshman is Knapp. Mosley, again, getting to the basket with his left hand, which continues to astound me.
3 of 3 from the free throw line is Mosley. 4 of 4 as he knocks in the free throw. Delaware to back down 11. A lot of basketball left, 6:52, but the Hens going to have to put some pressure on Cornell.
Yeah, they are, and they're going to pick up full court. Right now, they're not trying to do any trapping, just disturb their rhythm.
Julian on the wing, screen set by Gettings. Morgan inside to Stone Gettings. Daly in defense. The runner, the hook shot missing off the rim for the second time tonight. And Mosley will get up the floor to Daly. Daly inside to Walker. Walker with position inside, off the window and in. Over Gettings.
Gettings missed the runner and then hung around the rebound instead of sprinting back. Great identification by Brian Daly, sharing the ball inside to Kyrie Walker, who knew he had his man beating up the court.
Second assist for Ryan Daly, who had 8 against Delaware State a couple games ago. Here's Gettings, bounce pass to Knapp, and they get a bucket in the paint as well.
Nice interior passing there by Gettings. The ball goes into him by Morgan, and then a nice little slip pass to the cutting Knapp from the weak side.
6 minutes to go. Delaware trails 11, 75-64. Allen had the hot hand in the first half, drives inside. What a runner, flipped it up with the left hand.
Terrific screen out on the perimeter by Kyrie Walker, giving his body up. Morgan was the defender, and he just beats him down the lane with that terrific left hand.
Allen matching his career high in points. Already has his career high in three-pointers made, 5 of 9 today. Gettings reach in by Walker. He pokes it away. Here's Bryant on the run to Mosley. Open on the left side in transition. Bryant gets it a champ, and Delaware down 75-68.
Darian Bryant is a terrific passer in the open court. He's got a great feel of the timing and also how to deliver and what pass to deliver.
19th assist on the season for Bryant, just 11 turnovers for the transfer from George Washington a couple seasons ago. Inside to Gettings, has height on Allen, double team comes, will have to pass out. Gordon wide open, top of the key three, off the rim, no one boxes out. Knapp gets the offensive board, forces it up and in, and Delaware caught napping on the defensive glass.
Well described there as Knapp came in from the weak side. Mosley just missed the block out, or just a little late to get there. They can ill afford that kind of mistake. They did a great job in using their double teaming. As soon as Gettings got the ball down low, they call it 21 block. They run a double team at him. He's forced to kick the ball out. A long range shot missed, but then Knapp finds a way to get the offensive rebound.
Full timeout taken by Bryant. We'll stay here though with 5:10 remaining in the basketball game. Delaware down 77-68. Let's take a look in the box score. We mentioned 37 points by Stone Gettings, 23 for Matt Morgan. Leads Cornell on the Delaware side of things, 3 in double figures, 19 for Allen, 15 for Carter, who has a double-double, 15 and 12 back-to-back double-doubles for Eric Carter, 4th on the season as he continues to grow and be a dominant big man for the Hens. And 12 for Anthony Mosley. Good to see him back in the lineup. Mosley missed last game. Kevin Anderson missing this game for Delaware, a CAA Rookie of the Year candidate, back-to-back Rookie of the Weeks for Kevin Anderson, but out with a knee injury. They're hopeful to get him back for the start of CAA play, which comes very fast and furious for the Hens. This is a Thursday afternoon game and a Saturday night game for UNCW against UNCW coming up. Mosley with 12 points. 9 for Daly. Daly's had double figures in each of the last 10 games. Needs one more to make it 11, but Delaware down with 5:10 remaining. How do they get themselves back in the final stretch?
Well, we've got to defend better. We can ill afford any easy baskets, so our transition defense, make sure we block out every time, continue to double team Gettings when he gets the ball, and offensively, we just need to continue to attack via the dribble. I think the straight line drives have been excellent here in the second half. Ryan Allen and also Anthony Mosley. But let's not forget about Eric Carter inside. He's only shot 9 times, 6 for 9. The ball needs to go into him, and we'll play through the post occasionally as well. We don't have to get a 3 every time, and I don't want us to settle for any bad shots. The next 3 possessions are going to be eminently important for Delaware.
After the timeout taken by Cornell, it's Daly with the basketball, top of the key. Pulls up for a 3 in traffic, front rim, no, and a rebound to Matt Morgan.
And with a smaller unit in, we've got to commit at least 1, if not 2 players to the offensive glass to give us a chance for an offensive rebound.
Daly 3 of 13 from the field after that miss, 1 of 6 from long range. As Carter comes out of the game, Stone Gettings gets a breather as well. Warren is the big right now for Cornell. Euro step as Morgan misses on the runner in the paint. He's got the ultimate green light for Cornell, but misses that time. Mosley, who has 12, drops it to Bryant. Bryant on the wing, 4:25 to play. Delaware trails 77-68. It's Walker in front of the Delaware bench on top to Allen. He's got 19, 5 3-pointers made from the foul line. A jump shot is good, and 20 points for the first time in the young career of Ryan Allen. 21 to be exact. He leads the way.
I love the decision there not to settle for a 3, but to get in the mid-range, plays off the bounce. He's explosive and can score in there consistently. A good decision by Ryan Allen.
8 of 18 for the freshman. Backdoor, there's an Ivy League play if I've ever seen one. Morgan finishes at the rim.
Now they have 34 Marshall Scholars, 29 Rhodes Scholars, and 416 Nobel laureates.
Darian Bryant with the basketball, Mosley on the wing. 20 to shoot, 3:41 to play. Mosley on the drive, right past his man Julian. He recognized the mismatch and took it to the cup.
And that's what Delaware's got to do. They also want to drive in order to get some fouls to stop the clock, but Cornell's not willing to rotate over at the moment.
Tough defense by Bryant, makes it hard for Gordon as he gets to the cross. 3:24 to play. Delaware Down 79-72 to Cornell. The Big Red with the basketball. Morgan with 25 points above his season average of 24.4. Ivy League leading scorer in each of his first 2 seasons. Now we'll fight for the National League. Pull up Jay, 3, Morgan, front rim, no. Delaware's got to box out. They didn't get the offensive rebound.
Not only they did not box out, but they didn't go for that long-range miss, and that's what's going to happen when shots are taken beyond the arc, well beyond the arc. They're going to, if they don't go in, they're going to rebound out at least 6 to 8 feet. Delaware's got to do a better job of running those down, Scott.
Now Morgan can take another 20 or so seconds off the clock. He drives with 10 on the ticker. Inside, drawing the foul is Anthony Mosley on Morgan. And Delaware gets the basketball back. We'll take our final timeout. The Hens have 2:43 to come back from being down 7. 79-72 the count at the Bob Carpenter Center. WDSD FM, Delaware down 79-72 as we get back into action against the Cornell Big Red, have been led by Stone Gettings with 37 points, a career high. Morgan has 25. And as we look at the lineup coming out of the huddle, Delaware going to stay small with Eric Carter on the bench.
Yes, they are. That will require Walker probably to guard Gettings. And that's going to be an important matchup that allows Darian Bryant or Mosley to play Morgan. That was a great charge draw there by Anthony Mosley, giving up his body for the team above the arc.
Delaware's made 7 of their last 8 from the field to get back within 7. Allen on the drive left to right to Mosley beyond the arc. He'll operate. Screen comes from Walker. One dribble to pass to Allen. Long range 3 over defender and in. Ryan Allen again.
Terrific closeout by Joel Davis. They were in a matchup zone there, a 3-2. Ryan Allen realized that, spotted up a little further out, and gets off the 3 over the long outstretched arm.
79-75. What a shot by the rookie. 24 points, a career high. Now they'll defend. Stone Gettings picks up his dribble. Morgan to Gordon. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. He spins. 4 to shoot for Gordon. 3 to shoot. Fading away with 2. Forces up, misses. Mosley grabs a rebound, but a foul is called against Delaware. And unfortunately, that might have been the right call. There was a lot of players being tangled up inside, and it looked like Daly just was in a bad spot.
There were 2 potential offensive rebounders on the weak side of that miss by Gordon. Daly was trying to use his hips to ward off the first one. I believe it was Gettings or Julian, and then that's why it was on Julian, of course. He's shooting the foul shots, but I mean, Daly was working them both over. Mosley got the rebound, but he was not involved in the block out. So Ryan Daly really couldn't do much, as you described, but get the foul draw.
It's a 1-and-1, and Julian makes it first. Daly picks up his 4th, making it 80-75. That would have been a huge possession as Delaware defended so well for 29 seconds. Gordon missed a shot. He got the ball out of Morgan's hands. But Julian, again, crashing the offensive glass, makes them both. So it's 81-75, still a 2-possession game as Delaware walks it up.
Cornell applying a little bit of full court pressure here, again, just to slow Delaware down, back into that zone that we described earlier.
Here's Allen, no look inside. Walker's shot is rejected at the rim. They're going to count it. They'll say it's goaltending against Stone Gettings. And Delaware gets 2 on that possession. 97 seconds left.
Great decision by Ryan Allen to get down the lane against that spacious zone. They're trying not to allow any threes, and then he drops it off to Walker, who attacked immediately. Sometimes you use a fake, sometimes you go up right away. Got the goaltending call.
Full court man-to-man. Delaware defends. Bryant making it difficult for Morgan. As he takes time off the clock, he had some 8 seconds to come across the timeline. 18 to shoot now. Cornell trying to work the clock down as Bryant backs off. Deep right side, near half court. He's approaching the three-point mark. His team up 81-77. 8 seconds for Morgan. Now 7. Screen comes Gettings. Daly on the switch. 4 seconds. Morgan, 2 seconds. Pulls up, hangs, shoots, misses, tipped. Rebounded by Darian Bryant. The Hens get the stop. 60 seconds left. Allen's had the hot hand. He's got the basketball. Penetrating on Julian. On top to Mosley. He drives. Champ to Walker again. Kyrie in close, too strong, but he's fouled, and Kyrie Walker with a chance to get his team back within 2 points.
It was the movement of Walker. He worked along the baseline. He had Gettings' head turn. He then gets in a little closer as Gettings just slightly came up to help off to the driver. It gets dropped off, and then by moving Gettings about 3 feet, that created the foul. So really smart offense there by Kyrie Walker along that baseline.
The officials will look at, I believe, the clock as there's 50.3 showing. Walker at the free throw line, and unfortunately for the Hens here, Walker limited in his attempts from the free throw line at 2 of 6 on the season and not successful in 4 of the 6 attempts. But Walker positioned to make a couple big ones in his young career as a freshman. Ryan Allen has played a big role in this game. 24 points, 6 3-pointers made. The other freshman, Kevin Anderson, out today with a knee injury, and we'll be able to talk about the third freshman in the recruiting class of year 2 of Martin Inglesby as Kyrie Walker will go to line. Stone Gettings picks up his 4th there. Stone Gettings with 37 points. Last time a player scored 40 against Delaware, we were there. It was in Washington. Adrian Payne in the NCAA tournament for Michigan State. So it's been a while since somebody has had an effort quite like this.
That's true. He was in Spokane. He was on fire.
Another big that was shooting threes that day. Here's Walker. He'll get 2 shots. Delaware down 81-77. 51 seconds left. Bends the knees. Shot's good from Kyrie Walker, who's up to 7 points. Makes his first free throw of the day. 3 of 7 on the season.
Cornell's been involved in only 2 games decided by 3 points or less. They have 1 win and a loss.
Walker's second free throw. Smooth, and it's a 2-point lead for Cornell with 50 seconds left. Gordon will bring it up. Crowd making some noise. Allen tries to draw the foul as Gordon's left arm elevated into the freshman. 17 seconds, center circle is Morgan. He'll work it down and try to do it himself. 3rd leading scorer in the country. Matt Morgan with the basketball. Brings it right side. He'll drive on Bryant. Bryant stays with him. Baseline help comes, and a traveling violation gives it back to Delaware with a chance to tie or get the win on the final shot.
Darian Bryant leveled off Morgan as he got in too deep, and then he shuffled his pivot foot as he tried to turn into the middle. That was excellent individual defense by Darian Bryant, doing a great job of not allowing any straight line drives and staying in between Morgan and the basket.
Delaware has made 8 3-pointers in this basketball game, 6 off the hands of Ryan Allen. They find themselves down 2 with 25.8, shot clock unplugged. 81-79 is the score, and Cornell defends Mosley as he brings up the court. Small lineup for Delaware. Daly on the drive to the foul line, spins on Julian, to the rim, shot is good, we're tied at 81, 16 ticks left.
What a great decision by Martin Inglesby to let the team play on there. A lot of coaches call a time, he did not. Daly knows exactly what to do.
10 seconds for Morgan. 3rd leading scorer in the country with the basketball with 6. Score tied, he wants the final shot. 3 seconds, NBA Reigns 3 for the win, and we're going to overtime as it comes off the back iron. What an end of the regulation for the Hens.
Well, I was surprised Morgan didn't attack, or they didn't bring a ball screen. I think they were afraid of the double team. But Darian Bryant, with that additional height, did a wonderful job there of staying in front and rising up. That shot would have been a miracle shot had it gone in. So an excellent job in their individual defense in the last 2 sequences down. Darian Bryant, really right now the key.
Darian Bryant is understated, I think, when you look at the box score and you see 5 points per game, 6 steals, 22% from 3 on the season. What he does defensively is similar to a guy we'll talk about in 2 games from now, Cameron Johnson for the College of Charleston, where it's the defensive effort that helps his teams get wins. So his stoppage that you just described so well on the turnover with the traveling violation on Morgan, and then right there making it difficult for Morgan on the 3-point shot. He could have gotten closer, I think. Morgan, I think, very confident in himself, as he should be. 24 points per game, a little too confident there as he shot that one for maybe 25 feet as the shot clock and game clock wound down. So I wasn't ready for non-conference play to end anyway. So let's play another 5 minutes.
It just gives me more time to hang out with you.
Absolutely. 81-81 is the score now.
I wanted to make another point about Darian Bryant that I like so much. There are players at every level that let their lack of offense affect other aspects of their game. Darian Bryant never does that. He is always locked in, engaged, understands the scouting report. I saw him yesterday in the meeting taking notes. You just love that about him. So even though he's not scoring a lot, and he's also known as a scorer, he is now our shutdown guy, and I've been incredibly impressed. He's done a wonderful job playing both Gettings and Morgan at different times today.
Here's where it gets interesting in overtime. Delaware playing with only 7 scholarship players. Kevin Anderson out with a knee injury. That's new. Jacob Cushion has missed the last few with a broken nose. 2 players with 4 fouls for Delaware, Ryan Daly and Anthony Mosley, so they'll have to be careful. On the other side, you've got Stone Gettings, 37 points, but 4 fouls as well. Gettings, Walker will jump as Inglesby continues to go with a smaller lineup. No bigs. Allen, Bryant, Mosley, Walker, and Daly to start overtime. On the floor for Delaware, and they win the jump. Mosley to the rim, Delaware off, Walker with the finish, and they're on top.
2 shot blockers rotated to Mosley. That allowed Walker to come in from the weak side and very intelligently goes up and just lays the ball in over the rim, but it was identification that he had no one blocking him out.
This is Delaware's largest lead at 2 points in today's game. Morgan on the drive, passes out Gordon, thought about a 3, back on top to Morgan. Morgan 7 of 20 today. Inside Gettings with position and 39 points after it goes off the window and through.
Darian Bryant on Gettings there. We had Walker on Morgan. Good job, just to maybe a little bit more ball pressure so Morgan can't throw it in so easily. A height advantage by Gettings led to that basket.
Tied at 83, 2 points apiece in overtime. It's Allen with 24 points, working on Gettings. Sees the mismatch against the big man. Good defense by Stone Gettings. Turns Allen around and a pass back to Daly. Daly's got 11, double figures for the 11th straight game. Dribbles off the foot of Julian. 5 seconds for Daly. Deep. 3 seconds. Got to force up with 3 with 1. Gets it off. It misses into the hands of Morgan for Cornell. Bad possession offensively for Delaware. Here's Morgan, who missed the final shot in regulation. Flips it to Davis. Davis right to left. On Allen. Allen takes it away from Davis, who'll whistle. 2 officials talking with one another, and they'll call it travel. It'll go Delaware's way.
Exactly the way I saw it too, Scotty. He got caught up in the air. He moved not only both feet, but his pivot foot a second time after it was established. A good job. I think this officiating crew has done an outstanding job here this afternoon, keeping this game in order. It's been free-flowing and letting the game and only flow and a calling only fouls that matter.
I thought good communication between A.J. Desai and Tim Comer, deciding to get the call accurately off the signal of Tim Comer. So Delaware in there. Side of the floor with the basketball. Bryant taking Gettings off the dribble, has 4 fouls. The attack, but without the finish by Bryant. Here's Morgan in traffic. He gets fouled. Ball comes off the rim, but he'll shoot 2.
Well, Morgan did a nice job there with the Euro step as he worked right and then back left to draw the foul. Pretty good individual offense. What you have to do with a player like Morgan is make sure that he never gets that straight line drive. You've got to pick him up a little bit higher than you might other players, but once you've cushioned him and slowed him up, now you can change your defensive architecture. But if he's allowed that straight line drive, he's very clever at getting to the basket.
Morgan hasn't missed from the stripe, it'll say that way. 8 of 8 today. He's got a double-double, 26 and 10, almost a triple-double, 7 assists in this game as well. Morgan, the son of Lamont Morgan, who's played at Georgetown with Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo from 1990 to 1994. Misses the second. Delaware trails by 1, 84-83. Daly with 11 points, working with an injury that he suffered in the second half. Allen, a pass to Bryant, who missed a layup on the last possession. Hens have not scored in the last 2 possessions. It's Daly, guarded by Gettings, both players with 4 fouls. Daly on the attack, fades, rattles out into the hands of Julian, and now it's 3-on-3 as both sides having guys slow to get back. Gordon missing on a 3-point attempt. Mosley with 4 fouls, crashing in aggressively to grab the defensive board. To Allen, catch, release, 3, strong into the hands of Morgan.
Good job by Mosley pushing the ball and getting it up court via the pass and not the dribble to a wide open Ryan Allen who just missed it. That's a shot that Coach Ingleby loves and lives with because that's his shooter of the day, getting it in a great position.
Allen 6 of 11 from 3. Morgan forcing his way to the cup and drawing contact, will go back to the free throw line. Hens have not scored in the last 2 minutes of action, and now Morgan has a chance to get his team up 3.
We've had a couple good looks. That shot, the penetration before, we just missed one with Darian Bryant, but I like the activity by us. We're attacking the basket and getting wide open shots.
Morgan at the free throw line again, just split a pair. He's 7 of 20 from the field, 4 of 12 from 3. Carter's going to come back into the game as Morgan makes the first free throw. Changing it up a bit as Walker will come out. This is the lineup that Delaware started the second half with when they went on that early run.
Well, the smaller unit really helped us get back in. It spaced the court a little bit differently, gave us a little bit more quickness on the floor, and the individual defense by Darian Bryant outstanding.
Morgan makes them both. And the lead back up to 3 for Cornell. 2:14 to play in overtime. Here's Mosley slicing through, the captain with a layup. And a timeout taken by Martin Inglesby. Will stay right here. 2:08 remaining in OT and a 1-point lead for Cornell. How about Anthony Mosley, who had really not been scoring as of late? He began the season averaging 12.3 points per game. He had only scored 10 total points in his last 3 games, and now 16 for the senior from Sanford School.
Not only that, but a terrific floor game. 6 assists with only 2 turnovers, having to do the ball handling duties more with Kevin Anderson out. His first step is unbelievably explosive, and he finds creative ways to finish around the basket with shot blockers there. I always marvel at how courageous he is driving in there and giving up his body, because he knows many times playing off 1 foot he's probably going to take a hit, but it's that first step and it's that athleticism in Anthony Mosley that always impresses me and gives him the ability to rise up and finish at the basket.
Cornell after the timeout taken by Martin Inglesby. Delaware will have 1 timeout left in overtime. We'll inbound with Gordon, Morgan, Davis, Gettings, and Julian, their starters on the floor. Morgan with 28 points, 10 of 11 from the free throw line, brings it up the floor. 500 points he scored to lead the Ivy League both his freshman and sophomore years. Might have gotten away with a carry there. The official motioning that he kept his hand on top of the ball. Here's Morgan slipping into the paint, and a steal by Ryan Allen on the run. It's Anthony Mosley. Delaware down by 1 to Carter. Power dribble, head fake, needs a passing partner, and he finds Ryan Allen. 21 to shoot, plenty of time for Delaware to reset.
Good decision by Eric Carter. He just got caught underneath the basket. Good defense by Cornell to repulse him, kicks it back out and live to play throughout the rest of the possession.
Mosley, backdoor, Bryant, Delaware on top in overtime.
What a terrific backdoor cut by Darian Bryant, understanding his defender had risen up to try to defend the 3, and a perfect bounce pass delivered by Anthony Mosley, Scott.
Beautiful look by Champ. 7 assists for Anthony Mosley. Now they'll need to defend. Stone Gettings has 39 points in the paint, brings it down, almost taken away to Davis, wide open. They lost him backdoor.
Delaware double teamed across and then didn't rotate down on the weak side and allowed Davis to slip in for a wide open layup. Unfortunately for Delaware, but a good play by Gettings to play slow enough in there to realize he had an open man.
Lead has changed hands now 6 times after that basket. Cornell up 88-87. Brian Earl calls a timeout. We'll stay here once again in overtime. Having a lot of fun. Overtime for the second time in just 3 games as Delaware took on Delaware State on the road. Won that one 68-59 in OT. After that, a win over CSUB, 76-62. And now here we are, final game of non-conference play. Cornell 5-5 on the year. Delaware 6-6. Somebody is going to have a winning record coming out of this ball game.
Well, let's hope it's Delaware, obviously. But what I like here with this unit, they've really shared the ball extremely well in overtime. Some good give-up passes by Mosley, a drive by him. But I thought our sharing of the ball and our unselfishness, we're also unselfish in cutting as well, and that's something Coach Inglesby stresses all the time. Cut to give your teammate a better position on the court. Delaware's done that, and they've also led to some backdoor baskets as well.
Under a minute, Delaware down 1. 88-87, Daly with the basketball, driving on Julian to the rim, gets past his man and scores.
Ryan Daly uses patience and uses his physicality to finish around the basket. Got Julian off balance.
Now it's Morgan, driving baseline, hangs in the air, stolen away by Ryan Daly, and he is fouled immediately. Gordon asking for the tie-up, didn't get it. If he did, the arrow belongs to Cornell. Instead, 2 free throws coming from Ryan Daly. Daly, not a great free throw shooter this season, 63%, just 2 of 4 today. But what he is a great clutch player. And his free throw percentage, I'm sure, rises in big moments.
Oh, I wouldn't want anybody else there, though we have some other players that are very clutch as well. The mistake Morgan made, he got caught up in the air. Ryan Daly understood that, rotated down on the weak side to get in a perfect gap position.
Daly makes the first. Delaware up by 2, which matches their largest lead. They have never led by 3. They led once in regulation by 1 point. Daly's second free throw good as well.
Good call by you. You'd want him shooting for you. He has much better arc in the clutch. Delaware now needs to defend, but allow no three-point shots. Extend, make them drive it.
Morgan does just that, drives inside, and a foul is called against Ryan Allen. As Morgan, a nice job dribbling through the Delaware defense. Now Allen has 4, Daly with 4, Mosley with 4. This game needs to end in 31.2. because I don't know how many bodies Delaware will have left as this goes double overtime.
Well, one of the keys to this game, if Delaware wins, is the fact that Ryan Daly and Anthony Mosley have played with 4 fouls for a great part late in the game and also the overtime, obviously. What Morgan's done here late in the game is what smart players do. He's understood how Delaware is playing him. He knows he can drive it. He's probably going to get the close whistle, and he's a terrific free throw shooter, shooting at over 83%.
Makes the first 2-point game, 31.2. There'll be a 1.2 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock, so Cornell will need to foul as Morgan makes the second. If they don't get a steal here in pressure by Delaware, Delaware has to advance the basketball. As Bryant gets it into Daly. Daly double team back to Bryant. Bryant's pass deflected, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Delaware with 27 on the shot clock, 27.5 showing on the game clock.
Can't leave your feet to pass. You need to use a pass fake to execute here, and if you get the defender up, then you'll be able to get the ball freely through to your receiver.
Delaware does have 1 timeout left if Bryant gets in trouble. Throws it into the backcourt. It's Mosley. Mosley, good free throw shooter. He's fouled on the reach in by Morgan. Morgan, only his 3rd personal. As Gettings wasn't able to foul there, Gordon wasn't able. They would have fouled them out of the game. So Anthony Mosley was 16 points, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. A chance to put his team up by 3 once again. And Anthony, a 72% free throw shooter on the season, having a great afternoon.
Delaware went with a straight line there. They run Ryan Allen out. And then Anthony Mosley goes deep into the backcourt. There was no switching there by Cornell, and I like the call there. Get the ball into your senior captain.
And the timeout taken will stay right here. Brian Earl wants to make Anthony Mosley think about it, but also draw something up with 24.9 left. A 3-point lead, certainly not safe still, because you've got a Cornell team that has made 12 3-pointers. Now Gettings, I'd be surprised if he gets a standstill jump shot off, but Matt Morgan, he can certainly get a 3 up and rise to the occasion as we end the first overtime. If he makes a 3, there would be a second.
If Delaware goes up 3, at the defensive end, they will switch every exchange or ball screen up top, or there's probably a little too much time to foul at this point, I think, Scott. If there's under 6 or 7, they may choose to. Obviously, you don't want to put Morgan at the foul line, but you just don't want to allow any 3s, so I think they'll switch the perimeter screens.
It'll be interesting. It'll all depend on what Mosley does here, but if Morgan bounces the ball and gets a start with under 10 seconds, always an option for the Hens.
Oh, yes, if it gets late into the clock, and I'm sure Cornell, who likes to possess the ball very little into the possession clock, will try to will try to get the shot off early on, so not only do they have a chance to foul, but a chance for the offensive rebound.
Mosley's free throw goes through, and Delaware up 93-90. They trailed by 13 points with 8 minutes left in regulation. Here we are in overtime, and Morgan, who's missed to end regulation, sent us to overtime. Delaware up 93-90. Gettings with the basketball. 17 as he flips it to Morgan. Morgan 15 to shoot. Crossover, loses grip of it, gets it back, leans in off the window, off the mark, tipped around into the hands of Julian. Julian put back good with 8.3. Delaware up by 1, and Daly will inbound to Anthony Mosley. Bounce back to Daly, and Daly wanted to keep that basketball in his hands, knowing the free throws were coming up with 5.5 remaining.
What an interesting decision there. Delaware did a smart thing. When the ball got in deep, they did not foul to give up a potential three-point play. But I'm surprised Cornell didn't foul earlier there. They allowed a couple extra seconds to run off. At that point, you don't want to worry about who you put at the foul line. You want to foul and preserve the clock.
Stone Gettings fouls out of the basketball game, and the best ball game he's played as a collegiate athlete, the junior from Malibu, California, flying home from the holidays earlier this week. The 6'8 junior averages 14 points per game. He had 39 today for Cornell, 16 of 21 from the field, 7 of 8 from three-point range. But a foul out in 37 minutes of action, and Delaware sends Ryan Daly to the free throw line, up 93-92. 2 shots coming up for Daly.
Well, Delaware getting organized there. They had a chance to talk over how they want to play their defense here in the end game with 5.5 if we get up 3. Now, I'm definitely an advocate of fouling and not allowing any threes.
It's all up to Ryan Daly as this Bob Carpenter center crown gets silent. Free throw good.
Boy, is he a tough guy mentally in the clutch. You just got to love this competitor. You'd always choose him first to play with you.
He's made 3 free throws in a row. If he makes it 4, Delaware will go back up by 3, 94-92. Second free throw on the way from Ryan Daly. That's good as well. That didn't even touch the rim, neither of them.
When he gets that extra arc, he shoots it at about 90%. Once in a while, that shot gets a little flat, but not in the clutch, Scott.
I haven't seen a guy that I can remember that wanted the ball late in the game more than Ryan Daly. He's an impressive, and he has struggled today to start this game. From the three-point arc, he's 1 of 7. From the field, he's 5 of 17. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line prior to making 4 in a row to get to 6 of 8. And somehow, and it's amazing about Ryan Daly, is that watching the game or describing it to you, you probably wouldn't think that he ends up with 17 points. He's hit his average, which is 16.8. Unbelievable. Plus, he's still limping as he goes to talk with A.J. Desai, the referee. He's playing with an injury, and Delaware has to defend one last time. If they do, they'll end non-conference play with a 7-6 record.
Delaware is so fortunate. They have 2 players in Anthony Mosley and Ryan Daly that I think get as much out of their game and their potential as any players in the NCAA. Ryan Daly also finds other ways to help his team win. 6 rebounds with 2 assists and only 2 turnovers.
5.5 remaining as Julian will run the baseline to inbound. Delaware up 95-92. Bryant fouls. Morgan tried to pretend he was in the act of shooting near half court, but a good officiating crew today, knowing that Morgan will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. So 3.4 remaining. Just have to be careful of a tip out here on a miss.
You're absolutely right. This is something I know Martin Inglesby and the staff have gone over, these last minute, last second situations. They will space 2 shooters out on the court. Their best 3-point shooter, Gordon, and because Morgan is shooting the foul shot. Morgan and Kyle Brown will be out on the perimeter. They'll try to miss here and tip it out.
3.4 remaining. Morgan at the free throw line as Carter comes in to get some height.
Now here's a decision. Sometimes you don't want to fill. You might want to guard each one of these players.
Morgan a miss, a tip out. What a whistle is blown. A foul over the back by Cornell. That was set up nicely for the Big Red, but a foul called, and it looks like Delaware with 2.8 in a position to win an OT for the 2nd time this season.
Good job by Delaware getting a firm box out there, but very fortunate. That's a situation where you really want to be careful that you don't foul yourself or leave a shooter open out on the perimeter.
So the officiating crew going to the monitor to look at the clock. 2.8 remaining as it stands. 2 free throws coming up as the foul was called over the back on Josh Warren, filling in for Stone Gettings, who found out of that basketball game. On the floor, Carter, Mosley, Bryant, Walker, and Daly. Daly will be the free throw shooter once again. He's made 4 in a row after starting 2 of 4. And Walker out there on the floor, and we need to talk about every player, seemingly individual, but let's not forget Walker's aggression at the rim, getting a layup and making 2 free throws late in the game really set Delaware up for success late in the first portion of this game, the second half.
There's something very positive to say about every player that played in this game this afternoon. At the end of the day, contributions, little things, big things, scoring, rebounding. I've been very impressed with our character. We battled back with the team that was on fire. We held in there. We didn't lose our poise or our patience and really found a way to fight through, assuming we can hold on here up 2 with Ryan Daly going to the foul line again. He can ice the game.
Daly's made 4 in a row. He's got 17 points. 5 players in double figures for Delaware. Bryant 2 points away from getting there. They put 3.4 on the clock. Daly makes the first free throw. I didn't want to make the call. I didn't want to distract him. This place is silent for Ryan Daly.
I think sometimes silence is the best way to let the crowd tell us what Ryan Daly's doing. I just love his stroke here in the clutch.
Daly at the stripe to put this game away. Hands up 4 with 3.4. Ryan Daly made 8 free throws in a row to close out this basketball game. 6 free throws in a row. 3.4 seconds remaining. Julian at half court to Morgan. His 3 on the way. It goes in, and that means Delaware a winner in overtime by 1 point. 97-96. A thriller at the bottom.
What a terrific effort by Delaware. Having to go small, even though Eric Carter was playing well. Battles back with their defense. Some terrific individual defense at the end of the game by Darian Bryant to get it into overtime. Got the stops we needed, then made the requisite offensive plays and made the foul shots in the clutch. A terrific overtime win for Delaware.
Absolutely, Bill. 13 points. Delaware trailed with 8 minutes left in this ball game. They trailed by 11 at the break. They battled back to win in overtime in a total team effort. Can't wait to talk with our player of the game and Coach Inglesby after this one. Don't miss it. It's the American Spirit Federal Credit Union post-game show coming up as Delaware a winner 97-96 to close out non-conference play with a 7-6 record before CAA begins on Saturday. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about this one. A win for UD.
The holidays are here and Acme is ready.
Lot to
with
talk
Lancaster
about.
brand meats delicious.